Hi, it's Mike with 18 Reasons. This is the big week, Thanksgiving dinner, and the most important part of that dinner is, of course, the gravy. So here I have a pan. I roasted some chicken in that pan. That is a beautiful pan. I'm going to pour off the excess fat just to see what I have. And it looks like I'm going to have about a tablespoon. Want that back in there. Now, one more time with feeling so you guys all understand it. I don't care what cooking shows say. According to Le Cordon Bleu, this love stuck on the bottom of the pan is not fond. This is called souks. I'm going to take this pan. I'm going to put it back on the heat. Now that I know how much fat I have, I'm going to add it back into the pan with the souks, and we're going to sprinkle in about the same amount of flour. Just like that. I'm just going to kind of stir and toast that flour in the fat and the love stuck on the bottom of the pan just until the flour browns a bit. We're building what is in effect a roux as a thickener for our Julienne or gravy. And you're just going to stir that in to toast the raw flour flavor out. Get a good paste working, and then the magic happens. Once it's toasted, I'm adding in some decent white wine. By decent, I mean I'm only using maybe half a cup. I want to make sure the rest of that bottle is worth drinking. And I'm going to use that wine to scrape the souks up from the bottom of the pan, and now I have fond. The dissolved souks make what is known in French cooking as a fond. Also, not just in France, but around the world, the dishwasher knows who the best cooks are. Because the best cooks clean their pan, because that's where all the flavor is. And they send back into the kitchen a pan with a clean bottom, because they've scrubbed all that flavor out. Now that the bottom of the pan is clean and I have a fond, I'm going to drizzle in some chicken or turkey stock and stir that. Just bring it up to a boil. Most starch thickeners reach their full thickening capacity between 200 and 212 degrees. So if your liquid boils, you know it will be about as thick as it's going to get. I now have a completely cleaned pan. All that flavor is dissolved. I have turned my fond into a thickened gravy, and I'm just bringing it up to a boil. This is how you make a gravy for Thanksgiving. And if the roux is hot and the stock is cold, you don't have to worry about lumps. If your stock is hot, you need a cold roux. The roux and the liquid need to be at opposite ends of the temperature spectrum in order to ensure a lump-free gravy. At this point now, it comes down to kind of how you run your Thanksgivings. If you want a very elegant affair, I would definitely strain this gravy through a fine mesh strainer. We've gotten all the flavor out of it. By straining it, we're going to end up with a smoother consistency. But if flavor is the most important thing on your holiday meal, I would not bother straining it. Now, by coating the back of a spoon and running a finger through it, if that separation stays separated, that is a nappe consistency, and that is perfect for my gravy. Give it a taste. Needs a little bit of salt. Give it a stir. I'm going to simmer that for 5-10 minutes on a low flame, and that's my Thanksgiving dinner. This is Mike at 18 Reasons. Let's cook together.